needed. Hello and welcome back to Mustard in the Kitchen. Welcome back because it's been a while since I've used this channel, but from now on I'm going to be using it quite a lot. I have to eat, and if I'm eating, what's the point in not making a video out of it? And today I'm going to be making my own bread. This Sunday I'm going to a car show, and my traditional lunch of choice is egg mayonnaise sandwiches. It means buying a loaf of bread, buying a load of eggs and some mayonnaise and bunging some stuff in there to make it palatable. I'm going to make my own bread for this. I'm going to make my own mayonnaise as well. Bread isn't even particularly good for you, so if you're going to have indigestion, you may as well make it worthwhile. This is going to be sourdough, so it actually tastes of something. The mayonnaise will be homemade. None of this rapeseed nonsense. No, I'm going to make it with olive oil instead. But first of all, let's just make some bread. It's pretty straightforward, and there's no real need to be measuring things out. You can get a feel for how much you need of any particular ingredient. So what do we need? Well, we need a bowl, we need a spoon, we need some flour, we need some salt, we need some yeast, we need some water, we need a bit of oil, and we need some patience. Now, there we have some water. Reasonably warm water does seem to work better for activating the yeast. Again, I haven't measured an amount of water. I've just bunged a load in this Pyrex glass dish. What do you call it? The jug, that's it, the gravy jug. The gravy jug of yeasty goodness. And here we have some dried yeast. Undead microorganisms ready to have a fight in the water to make bread. Let's remember, the reason yeast works and bread works is because of something that's alive inside there. It's alive, making things happen. It's not a chemical reaction, it is alive from something undead. Don't rush this bit. Bung that in there. You can smell it already. Kind of a bready niceness. And what's happening though is the yeast is coming to life in the warm water, just like beer. The yeast consumes the sugar and poos out alcohol. Now this jug of indeterminate quantity of liquid there can just be left for a while for it to do its job. I don't even know how long, I just leave it until it looks right. In the meantime, we have this aluminium bowl full of flour and salt, which I shall mix through like this. It's a joyous thing actually messing about with flour. And what I always do with this at this stage is then, I want this to resemble something other than flour. So I'll spin this around there like that. And what I'm wanting it to do, for no reason at all really, is to try and look like cream. Yep, like a big aluminium dish full of whipped cream. And the more you do this, the more you can convince yourself that what you've got here is actually just a big aluminium bowl of cream. It's going to be disappointing when you taste it though, so don't. With this bread I'm making tonight, half of it is going to go into some lovely big soft cheesy rolls that we're going to have for supper, and the rest of it is going to be lovely sourdough for my egg mayonnaise sandwiches on Sunday, which will be the best bit. Now obviously the longer you leave the bread, the better it tastes, but the more it smells. Overnight, left out, the bread will smell pretty bad when it's uncooked, but that smell soon turns into a lovely taste. Once you've finished messing around with the flour, it's time to make a crater in the middle so you can tip in your yeasty water. And look at that, it's like it's like being at the seaside playing games in the sand. But this is the edible version and it's more fun. Swirl it around and gradually get more and more flour mix into the water like this. And it's a more methodical way of doing it as well. It takes longer, and it's really quite a good idea to enjoy it. Sounds a bit strange, but the whole process of making bread I do find to be a very, very relaxing one. It's like having time with a dog. It's kind of therapeutic, and this isn't even the best bit of it. You want clean digits for this? Let's just tip that out there like that. Look at that. Nothing more satisfying than just tipping flour and water all over the work surfaces. Now you need to enjoy this. You need to take your time. This isn't Need for Speed. This is something else. Question for you here. How long should you knead for? Well, the answer is as long as you need to do it for. Double knead. So I'm going to leave this to rest for a while and then get it back out and then add some oil to it and then leave it to rest again after a bit more kneady stuff. I'm hoping that enough people will see this video to be told off for my cling film technique. Told that you shouldn't use cling film, you should use a damp tea towel instead. I'm not really sure what the difference is, but this does actually work. Oddly enough, I've not even made a terrible mess here, but there's not a lot of point in cleaning this up because this work surface will again be used after this has risen for a while. That now gives me about half an hour, maybe 40 minutes, I don't know, maybe an hour. I'm not actually a bakery, so I don't really get myself too concerned by how long it takes. It takes as long as it needs to take. I'll just come back to it. Well, it's 11:15 now. I could well and truly be making myself some lovely bread for, 12:30 at night. But that's how it works sometimes. Well, this is very much the next day. And this bread is very much 24 hours old. 24 hours of just sitting in a bowl, fermenting. So now it is time to divvy the bready stuff up and make some bread rolls with cheese, with herbs on, with all sorts of things, chilies, and then just make some ordinary bread ready for egg mayonnaise. Now we get to the messy part again. Flattening the bread out, squeezing it between your fingers, putting oil on it. Some with pepper, some with chilies, some with cheese, some with cheese and chilies, some with cheese, chilies and herbs. And then the rest of it can be flattened out and made a small loaf of. Once that's done, leave them to rise for a bit and shout the missus to clean up. As you can see, my bread rolls are of random shapes. You don't need to make them uniform, and my loaf looks quite flat at the moment, but give it half an hour, that should rise up nicely, go in the oven and turn into something rather lovely.
Oh yeah!
There it is of me.
Oh yeah! On behalf of the chairman, the councillors and the people of Shaw and Crompton, I welcome you all here to Market Street. Thank you. Worth at least one of it. Try again. I welcome you all here to Market Street. Yay!